I'm here with Joe Brucato from WDTV in West Virginia. Joe, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Syracuse, West Virginia, awfully familiar with each other. What was the reaction from Mountaineer fans when they heard Syracuse would be the opponent for this game?
Honestly, everybody was looking forward to a matchup with Pittsburgh because once Pitt became bowl eligible with a victory in their last game, a lot of people thought the bowl may be interested in a backyard brawl. But obviously, with a great alumni presence here in New York City, Syracuse, an excellent draw. And I think a lot of Mountaineer fans are happy to see a matchup with a team that's been on the schedule really since the 50s.
Yeah, no question. And of course, that matchup this year will feature a lot of offense. Talk about what Orange fans who may not be as familiar with West Virginia can expect from the Mountaineers in this one.
Yeah, an impressive offense for West Virginia this year. When they got out to their 5-game win streak, they were putting 70 points on Baylor. They put 69 on Marshall. They did go through some serious struggles mid-season, and really the offense in the second half of the season did have a lot of struggles moving the ball. But still, they may have gotten some things together with a 59-point performance in the last game against Kansas. Geno Smith, impressive quarterbacks, certainly to be a first-round pick. Also Tavon Austin and Stephen Bailey, excellent receivers for the Mountaineers, and a running game that at times has done pretty well. And given the weather tomorrow, that's probably going to play a key factor.
Yeah, exactly. And certainly, you know, from the outside, you look at West Virginia, obviously the 5-0 start, and then the 5 losses after that. They, of course, rounded out to become bowl eligible and whatnot. But what was going on with West Virginia during the losing streak? You know, what were the differences between the hot start and the cold streak there?
Well, I think you just heard from Dana Holgorsen mentioning, you know, being in the Big East for so many years, Mountaineer fans had gotten accustomed to facing the same teams and knowing what to expect. You were learning 9 new teams on your schedule in conference play. So, you know, the first loss that they had at Texas Tech, windy conditions. You know, the offense really struggled in that game. A week later, they played Kansas State. Obviously, Kansas State goes on to win the conference. So, you know, learning a lot of the new teams was maybe a bit more of a transition than a lot of fans thought.
You know, and from the trying to figure it out department, Syracuse has won 2 straight against West Virginia. Certainly, nobody expected the margin of victory last year either. Do you think, in your estimation, is it something that Syracuse has got scheme-wise figured out? I know it's a different year, but scheme-wise, has that figured out, or has it just been a surprise? What do you think has caused those 2 losses in a row for West Virginia?
In the last 2 years, nobody's gotten more pressure on Geno Smith and the West Virginia offense than Syracuse. I know that a lot of Mountaineer fans are happy that Chandler Jones is now with the New England Patriots because they were tired of seeing him after the last couple of years. But, you know, they've done a great job of mixing up a lot of blitzes and, you know, kind of rattled Geno Smith in a way that he's not used to being rattled. So it'll be interesting to see how the West Virginia offensive line tomorrow, without their starting center, Joe Madsen, who has started 50 games, can come together and, you know, try to pick up slack.
All right, last thing for you. You know, nobody in West Virginia is going to be seeing this. Yeah, so I want your honest prediction. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. What's your prediction for tomorrow?
Well, anytime I pick against West Virginia, I picked against them in the Sugar Bowl against Georgia 2005. And I haven't heard the end of that. So, you know, let's say it'll be a close competitive game. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as a lot of people think. Let's say 38-35 West Virginia.
See, it's different for me. My dog makes picks every Friday in our station. He picked Temple basketball to beat SU. We're both still hearing about that one. Nice. There you go. I got to go with the Q-Spy touchdown here. But, Joe, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Joe Brucato, WDTV in Bridgeport, West Virginia, joining us. Back to the studio.